Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Light Sports Ramble. As always, my pleasure to come to you this evening. I was going to post this morning, however, on the way to work, I got interrupted with a very important work phone call. So instead of rambling, I had to deal with a work issue. But it's not going to change my topic tonight. I've got two topics I want to touch on. And then I'm also going to add a couple things throughout the day that I found out. But my two main topics tonight are 5 major injuries yesterday to key players and which injury is really going to hurt their team the most. The second topic is about fans that live in different cities supporting their team and wearing team gear. And I'll get into that story in a little bit. But before I get started, I do want to pass on my condolences to the Adams family. Bud Adams, the longtime owner of the Oilers and the Titans, passed away at the age of 90 today. Probably one of the true pioneers of football that has allowed us to get to where we're at today. So my condolences to the Adams family, and Bud Adams, rest in peace. God bless your soul. With that said, my next topic was actually inspired from 93.7 The Fan in Pittsburgh over the weekend. I was running some errands on Saturday, and they were talking about how the NFL in Seattle was dressing undercover police officers posing as fans. And I heard both sides. I heard the debate for, I heard the debate against. Personally, I'm all for it. I don't care if there's an undercover police officer sitting next to me in the stands. When I go to a game, I cheer loud, I'll rib the other fans, but I'm not disorderly. I'm there to have a good time. The one comment was they're overstepping their bounds, and I don't think they are. I don't think they're ruining the experience. I think the ignorant people who have to fight ruin the experience. So I'm all for this. The reason I'm bringing it up today is I had almost the same thing happen to me the following day at Walmart. About 10:30 in the morning, I'm going to get some food for the games, some food for the week. Quick little shopping. Get back, watch NFL pregame, sit down, enjoy football. Well, my listeners know that I am a diehard Packer fan, and I now live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yes, I live in Steeler Nation. Does that mean that I have to cheer for Pittsburgh? No, it doesn't mean I have to. I've lived in Indianapolis. Doesn't mean I have to cheer for the Colts. I am from Green Bay, and that is my team. I will cheer for Green Bay every day for the rest of my life. And therefore, if I want to wear a Packer jersey in Steeler Nation, that is my right. So what did I do at Walmart? I drove up, I had on my AJ Hawk jersey, I had on my Packer hat, and I'm getting ready to check out. Now, I've lived in Pittsburgh on and off for the past 7 years. I was here, living, when the Packers beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl. I was in my glory, wearing my Packer gear the week after the Super Bowl. And yes, I took multiple ribbings, but I gave it out too. That is the joy of having fun. There is some sarcasm, there is some fun to it. And that's all it is. At the end of the day, I go to bed, I get up the next day, I go to work, and I live my life. However, yesterday, a man in line, using vulgarity towards me and my Packer gear, telling me to get the F out of Pennsylvania because I'm in Steeler country and there's no need for green and white in this city. And at first I thought he was joking. So I simply said, dude, I'm from Green Bay. I'm just wearing my Packer gear. He used the F word again. At this point, I know he's not kidding. Now, I know not all fans are like this. I have a ton of Steeler fans that are my friends, and we joke all the time. But it is guys like this that really ruin it for everyone else. And you wonder why the NFL wants to put undercover cops in the stands? It's because of guys like this. If he goes to a game and gets on another team's fan that happens to be a fighter and he pisses them off, there's going to be a brawl. Now, I wasn't going to fight in Walmart, and actually, I was embarrassed for the guy's wife. There is no need for vulgarity, especially at Walmart. And I'm sure the other people around didn't appreciate the F-bomb coming out at Walmart, standing in line waiting to leave. But my point, it is people like that that cause the NFL to do what they're doing. It's not for the other 49,000 fans. It's for that one guy that ruins it for everyone. The old adage, one bad apple ruins the bunch. He ruined the bunch. And that's why they're doing it. And that's why I don't care if they're doing it. And honestly, I just wanted to bring it up to prove a point. I could care less. I left the store, went home and enjoyed my day. That guy was probably fuming all day that a guy was in Walmart wearing Packer gear. Why? Why do you let it ruin your day? So, that's my story, folks. And just to reiterate, I am in full favor of the NFL putting undercover cops as fans, because the majority of us are not going to get in trouble. We're going to enjoy the game. We're going to cheer. Whether we're at our home game or an away game, we're going to cheer for our team. And you should wear your gear wherever you go if you're a loyal fan. So with that said, let's move on to the 5 injuries. The Jermichael Finley injury in Green Bay. I do not think Gibson intentionally meant to cause injury to Finley. When I watch it, he actually didn't lead with his helmet. He put his head down, he led with his shoulder pad. Finley made a move, was actually bracing himself for the hit, and it's unfortunate his head happened to get in the way. I put no blame on Gibson. He was playing his position, trying to make the tackle. Now, outside of football, I know Finley was in the ICU today. I wish him nothing but the best. God bless. Worry about your health first, then whether or not football will come. As a person, you need to get better. Second time you've been knocked out of a game, let's take care of your health. But as far as that hit goes, I don't want to hear the grumblings. It was not illegal in my mind. I don't even think he should have gotten a penalty on that. Not for the way they called it. But that's neither here nor there. Evan and I will definitely talk about it on Thursday during Packer Chat. But I think that's a key injury, and it hurts the Packers even more because Jones and Cobb are out. An already depleted receiving core has just got depleted more. And that's going to hurt. Cushing and for the Texans got hurt. If things weren't bad enough with the quarterback situation, now they lose one of their best defensive players. I just don't know what's going on in Texas. It might be time to raise the white flag. And I'm not an advocate of coaches getting fired in the middle of the season. But if Kubiak doesn't turn things around with where the expectations were on that team, he could be gone before the end of the season. Reggie Wayne, most likely out for the season with an ACL tear. I think that really hurts the Colts. I know T.Y. Hilton is coming on and he's kind of the go-to guy. But Reggie Wayne is a player. He's a leader. And losing Reggie Wayne, who's going to step up in that role in Indianapolis? That's a pretty key injury right there. St. Louis losing Bradford to an ACL. That's devastating for the Rams. I mean, they've got an outside chance, but they're not that far out of the wild card. They've got a good, solid defense, but without Bradford, your season might be done. And say it ain't so that you're going to sign Tim Tebow. Say it ain't so. But that's a pretty devastating loss. But I think the team that suffers the most are the Chicago Bears. The latest I heard, Cutler is out 4 weeks. That is huge. That is huge for the stretch of games that they're about to embrace on. With Cutler out, I am not sure if McNown can lead the team to victory. When I look at the schedule, if he misses 4 games, I think they go 1-3. That puts them at 5-6. That puts them on the outside looking in. And the reason I'm not sold on McNown is because of the offensive line. That offensive line is sporadic at best. Sometimes they protect, sometimes they don't. If they can't protect McNown, I think they're in for a long 4 weeks. So with that said, folks, I hope you enjoyed the ramble. I'll catch you tomorrow morning. Have a great night.